Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan, and I've got a review for you today of this guy right here. This is the somewhat new SOG Aegis. So let me start out by getting you a close-up of this guy as best as I can here. Then we'll get that reverse side. All right, and now let's get us some size comparisons, and same two as always, because these are two that people tend to know. There's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And, oh, wrong, I got tons of knives sitting around me here, y'all. I just grabbed the wrong one. The Benchmade Bug Out. So, as you can see, it is a little bigger than the Bug Out. And, oh, dang, considering total length and everything, pretty darn close to about the same size as the Paramilitary 2 there. As far as width goes, of course, it's definitely thicker than the Bug Out. As far as the Paramilitary 2, it's a little thicker than it too. Okay, so this one's definitely the thick boy on the table, and that seems to be the case with like all of SOG's new ones here. But what else do I have to tell you about this one? Let's see. It is where's my steel? Right here. Cryo D2 steel. Overall length is 8.14 inches, and I'm getting all my specs here straight from SOG. That's who I bought these knives from, so that's who I'm getting the specs from. Overall length is 8.14, blade length is 3.13 inches, 5.15 ounces. Like I said, that Cryo D2, and we'll get to that in review. Handle material is GRN, which is glass reinforced nylon, just some, fancy type of plastic. Steel liners on this thing, has a deep carry pocket clip. It is using SOG's new XR lock, which is essentially the Benchmade Axis lock. So Benchmade's patent came up on the Axis lock, and so a bunch of companies are doing their kind of own versions of it, and this is SOG's version of it. It is an assisted open. Okay, so got that spring in there, assisted open. Let's see what else. Has this plastic back spacer here that doubles as kind of a lanyard hole. These come in many different colors and stuff like that, but we'll get to that in review. Let's see. Made in Taiwan on these, okay, so don't expect an American made out of this. It is absolutely made in Taiwan. Let's see. SOG's calling this a drop point blade. Yeah, okay. Sure. If you say so. Let's see. What else? Is there anything else as far as specs go on this feller? Not really. But, so, let's get into review. I have good things to say about this one, but I also have bad things to say about this one, so I'll try and stick to a format here where I hit the good stuff first, and then we'll come back to the bad stuff. So, good stuff feels really, really good in hand. Ergonomics on this thing are wonderful. It's real sleek, real smooth. It has grooves in it without being, just outright finger grooves that tells you absolutely have to put your hand in this spot, otherwise it's going to be awful. So, really good ergonomically on this one. I really like the jimping here. It's keep in mind this is not a tactical knife. Let me address that too. This SOG claims that this is an outdoors knife, not an EDC, not a tactical, but an outdoors knife. And that's something we're going to get to in a little while. So that's SOG's claim on this one. Anyway, jimping's in a good place. I really, really like this blade shape. It's reminiscent of Spyderco. It's definitely got that a Spyderco-ish blade shape. As a matter of fact, I brought my Native 5 over here with me that we're gonna bring it out again in just a little while. Let's see what else. I like the color scheme on this one. I actually bought this one for my wife and went with a color scheme that I thought she would like, and she has, but I like it too personally. But there's plenty of other color options for this one. Let's see what else. Oh, that D2 steel, that Cryo D2, SOG's new D2 steel. This Cryo D2 that they're using on all of their new. Where's my other one? Here it is. All of their new remakes and assisted opens of some of their famous models, the Trident and the Flash and the Aegis here. That D2 is some wonderful stuff. Absolutely no complaints about it. Of course, I haven't had to sharpen it yet. Okay, but then again, that's a good thing. It has lasted really well, and I haven't had to sharpen it yet, but I might wind up fussing at it and complaining when I do. But yeah, really great steel on that. The assisted open, I'm someone that I don't hate assisted open. It's not like I pick assisted open, but if a knife is assisted open, it's not at all a deterrent for me. But this one has a really good, really strong assisted open. Let's see. Blade centering on this one is nearly perfect, if not perfect. Blade play is non-existent in any direction. Let's see. It's got this locking mechanism just like the others, and it works just fine like the others. Okay, when it's locked, it's not opening. When it's unlocked, you can get it open. And it does not get in the way when you've got a grip on this knife in any way. That was one of my concerns with this series of knives, was that lock there would get in the way with gripping, and it absolutely does not at all. Let's see, what else good do I have to say about it? Fit and finish on it is absolutely fine. Everything lines up, everything's solid, everything's put together well. Okay, so fit and finish is not an issue whatsoever with this one. I think the biggest issues that I have with this one are just the material, some of the materials used, part of some of the design features that weren't issues on other blades that are on this one for some reason. The stated intended purpose for this knife. So let me go ahead and jump into the not so good stuff, and we'll go from there. So one thing to note, not necessarily not so good, but kind of a neutral thing. This one, just like I said with the others here, has a break-in. As a matter of fact, every single one of the new SOGs that I've had has a break-in period. Okay, this one started out being real rough, real stiff kind of, and it has definitely loosened up. It has definitely smoothed out. Okay, so if you get one of these, give it time to break in. Okay, it definitely has a break-in period, and once it does, it's great. It's fine. Okay, so another thing to hit on that I don't like at all with this one, the thumb studs. The thumb studs on this one are plastic. Why on earth would you do plastic thumb studs on one of these? And as a matter of fact, noticing that on this one, again, made me go back and look at the other two. And here on the Flash AT, plastic thumb studs. Here on the Trident, plastic thumb studs. That was something that I didn't notice with these two models in particular. but you know, it's not something I would think to look at. What are the thumb studs, plastic or metal? You know, but it stood out on this one. It really caught my attention on this one because of the color, and made me go back and look at the others and realize that that's the case with them. Now, I don't know if it's solid plastic, if they're actually, you know, metal and just have a plastic cap on them. Okay, I don't know, but I'm very concerned that they are, you know, mostly plastic, and that's something that's with time is going to wear out a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier than you know, metal would. Another thing is the handle material. It's GFN. It's the same, again, same that's on the Trident and the Flash, and I mentioned it in my Flash review of the Flash that it sounds a little cheap. Not at all the case on the Trident. It feels better, it sounds better, you know, all that great stuff. But something about this one, it sounds and feels even cheaper. Okay, so it just feels like it's cheap, junky plastic. Another thing I don't like about it, you see how textured that surface is? It provides absolutely next to no increase in grip. It's all these little bitty dimples, and it's still just as smooth and slick as it can possibly be. Definitely don't like that about it. This back spacer with this lanyard hole, that lanyard hole's just kind of in an awkward spot. I mean, I guess when it's sitting in your pocket, maybe not so much really. It's just, it looks a little weird. You know, it's kind of one of those, maybe it's not so bad, but it's not great sort of things. Oh, thank you, Alexa. I appreciate it. You done yet? Okay. Next thing I don't like about it is this pocket clip. This pocket clip is absolutely awful because, as you can see there, you have next to no room to get this thing over your pants pocket. I don't know why on earth they did that with this one. It's deep carry, but they didn't recess those screws. They didn't recess the pocket clip at all. Going back to the Trident, okay, and the Flash, that is obviously not the case with either of these. Both of these were, with an exception to the this groove on this one, were fairly easy in and out of pocket. This one is not. That's just absolutely awful to me. That's like how do you miss that? You didn't do it on your other models, but you did it on this one. What went through your mind on that one? Another thing to note too is they claim this thing is for outdoor use, like you know, bushcrafting, camping, that kind of stuff. Never in a million years would I take this knife to do that. Like I said, it is too slick, way too slick. You know, if your hands are a little wet, or if you're out hunting or something like that, and you're trying to, you know, process your hunt with this thing, the blood and stuff is just going to make this thing so slick and miserable. I don't understand them claiming this is for outdoor use. Plus, too, the blade on this, it's I like it, but not for the purpose that SOG claims that it's for. This is not a blade, necessarily a blade shape, a blade thickness, anything like that that I would consider using for outdoor use. So, yeah, I mean, guys, that's just, I don't know. But talking about, let's get into price now. Price on these is, what was it? I got it pulled up over here. $84.95. So $85 for this knife. Yeah, that's what I paid for it, and no, I'm not happy I paid that for it. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up another one over here. So $85 for this thing. No way. I understand that that's comparable price to both of these, but these two were just the Flash and the Trident were both just executed better. Much better than the Aegis, in my opinion. Yeah, I know it's the same blade steel, same materials, all that stuff, but the design was executed so much better with these two than this one. So at $85, if you're wanting to get this for outdoor use, I would tell you absolutely not. Don't. As far as like bushcrafting, hunting, camping, things like that, I would say don't even waste your money. Go find you something else much better. If you're talking about it for EDC use, yeah, maybe, but that pocket clip's still pretty darn awful. If you want a good one of theirs for EDC, get the Flash. It's much better. It feels better in hand. It's just a better overall design. Or heck, let me even bring this one to your attention. Spyderco Native 5. I mean, the blade on the Aegis is a little bigger, but man, we've got just about the same shape and profile there. This is much better built, much better designed, has a much grippier texture. These are like, what, $105? $105 for one of these, $85 for one of these. Just their overall design, like I said, this one might be bigger. Consider it maybe like its bigger cousin or something like that. But they're still. I looked at this one. I went, man, that's a Spyderco. And I went, wait, that's kind of like a Native 5, but bigger. Okay, so here's a Native 5. I would buy the Native 5 100 times over this one. Okay, over the SOG Aegis here. So, y'all, that's where I'm gonna have to put it. $85 I think is way too much for it. I would not buy it again. At that price, having experienced it now, I'm not saying I'm exactly happy that I bought it in the first place. These two, like I said, were much better executed, much better designs. So unless you just love something in particular about this particular knife, the SOG Aegis here, it can be a pass, absolutely. I know this one wound up being a much longer review, guys. I expected it to be shorter, but I just got to rambling and telling you all I don't like about it. So, guys, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Instagram. It's at Palmetto Edge. Check out my other videos on the channel here. Got a ton of them right now. A ton more coming. But, yeah, guys, thank y'all again for watching this one. Y'all have a good one.